Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because when I first was sent this story, I thought there's no way this is right. And they want the insurance companies to pay 100% regardless if you can verify what you had as far as possessions in your home. This is absolutely crazy, guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold, and I will talk about them in a bit. But let's get right into it, guys. Okay. California had two main fires. They had the Palisades fire that destroyed houses in Malibu, and then you had the Eaton fire, which destroyed stuff in Monrovia and the Pasadena and uh, the hillside area up above the 210 freeway. Terrible, absolutely terrible. What our insurance commissioner is doing is he's asking the insurance companies, we don't want you to have people itemize things. Read the stories below because this is crazy. We just want you to cut them a check for 100% of their property limits. Now, guys, think about this. We've talked about this. You are responsible. You're an adult. You better have your personal possessions listed. You better know that when you buy a car, if you do any upgrades to it, how you're maintaining those receipts and the value of that. Yes, things burn down, but if you don't take pictures of it, if you don't email that to yourself, you're a fool. But Ricardo Lara wants the insurance companies just to go out and cut a check for 100% of your property coverage. That is crazy, guys. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm for the insurance companies on this because, to sit there and say this is inhumane, what's inhumane is the permitting process. What's inhumane is that these people cannot clean away the debris from the house. We've already talked about this. And finally, they're starting to get volunteers and people to do this. And slowly but surely, you're seeing this. And the state of California is going to have a $50 million fund to help people with debris removal and things like that. But it gets worse, guys, because there's a landfill right now that people are talking about, that the landfill is going to hold all this debris. And there are people that are susceptible to smells and diseases and things like that that can come from different toxic chemicals. My late girlfriend was one of these people that smells would set her off and could give her debilitating headaches and things like that. People are going to have that. Why does this happen? Because there's bad stuff in that. Bleach and different chemicals that would set people off like this. But don't worry about it. We're just going to move it near your house. So this is wild, guys. I mean, there was a fire here in Southern California in Laguna Beach. The hillside of Laguna Beach, about 10 miles from where I'm at, caught fire in 1993 and burnt down. And then this was pre-internet, guys. What they did was they brought private insurance adjusters in to speed the process to help these $1 million houses get rebuilt. And what the insurance, private assessors did and appraisers did was they came in and just made a laundry list of things that these people had in their houses. And finally, the insurance companies were like, wait a second, not everybody had a grand piano. Not everybody had granite countertops. Not everybody had, Kohler fixtures. All these things that make the value of the house more expensive. People had a house that was built there 80 years before, and it was worth 800,000 and not $1 million like their neighbor was because they had all that nice stuff that I don't worry about. That we'll just say you had it. That's what they're doing here. Think about this. If you had a renter's policy and they gave you $50,000 to a kid, and I've been one of those children that have had, policies when I was young, for $50,000 of the contents, and the stuff wasn't worth $50. But to sit there and say, we're going to write you a check for 30% of that, oh, you're going to give me 15 grand? Oh my gosh. Today? Really? Oh my gosh. I'm rich. It's crazy to think about them doing this. It really is. But again, the state of California doesn't fix things. They just sit there and say, this is what you should do. So I know that there's people that are insured that think that this is a wonderful idea, but the idea with it was you had to say, here's what we had in the house, which is what you should have, and you should have it emailed offsite. You can have your records put into a safe and have it fireproof and all that stuff, and yeah, things get destroyed and they burn down and they're wiped out. But if it's emailed, you can at least justify what things cost. What'd you pay for the car that was in the garage? Okay, insurance company's going to want to know that. What's separate? Or they're just going to trust me that I paid $88,000 for my 25-year-old car. No, they're going to want some proof. So this is unbelievable that they're suggesting this. And again, it's inhumane to ask you to have, you to justify what's in your house. Go out right now and have an inventory of your home, an inventory of your life. I don't care if you have. If first of all, you should have rent. If you're a renter, you should have renter's insurance. That is crucial right now, and it's incredibly inexpensive, guys. I got my son renter's policy when he got his apartment. Guys, it was less than I think it was $200 for the year, $197, and they gave him like, hey, what's your contents? Okay, well, we'll give you 75,000. There's no way that my son has $75,000 for the contents in his house. And if the place burns down, you're going to give him $25,000 for that? No questions asked? No, it's insane, stupid. Okay, justify the TV that your dad bought. You know what I mean? Justify the sofa. Justify this. Justify that. You have to be able to do this stuff. So again, a broken system getting more broken. But the insurance companies have until February 25th to come up with this, that they're going to approve this or not. But it's not going to happen, guys. I mean, this is just, I think it's politicking myself. Read the stories below. But this is from the insurance industry talking about this. It's not just some politician's wish list. This is something that they're trying to enforce right now. So again, I think it's crazy right now. Okay? I feel for these people, I absolutely do. But to sit there and just say, write a blank check for 100% of the policy, we'll never have insurance here in California. And again, you are going to pay for this too. Don't think that this doesn't affect you, because the insurance companies are hurting right now. They're all over the news every day talking about the FAIR program and how the FAIR program is completely upside down right now. So as the FAIR program gets worse and worse and worse, that's the alternative insurance. You're away from the insurance companies and you have this program, this state-run program. And with this state-run program, they're going to cover it. It is right now $1 billion upside down, $1 billion. So everybody I've talked to that has insurance and owns a home, I say you're going to have a supplemental payment where you're going to pay for this for somebody else's house. But now they want to do a blank check and just say, if you had $1 million of the contents, because there's people that lie about the stuff. They're too cool. They're too bitching to not sit there and itemize everything. I got a $1.5 million of the contents in my house. I got $88,000 worth of gold. And oh my gosh, I got that Picasso in the hallway. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? It gets crazy. Well, we don't need you to prove that. Stupid. It's unbelievable. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. So many investors are warning us right now that stocks are overvalued, that we are living through a bubble, and this bubble is going to be much worse than 1929. Stocks are overvalued, and we're heading for a crash. You need to get yourself in precious metals. The best place to do it is #1 rated Patriot Gold Group. Call them today, 888-330-1431. Get a free investor guide. Let them answer all your questions. But again, 9 years in a row of being #1 rated, well over $1 billion in transactions. Guys, contact the leader today. When you look at central banks that are buying gold at a record pace, something's going on right now. Contact them today, guys. 888-330-1431. IRAs, 401ks. They also have the IRA that's free for life on qualifying rollovers. Contact them today, guys. Buying gold is very easy, and it's even easier with #1 rated Patriot Gold Group. Contact them today. Do you have favorite retailers that you wish were still open? One of them for me, it was a place called Z Gallery, and it was a victim of COVID, guys. They went out of business and filed bankruptcy in 2023, and all the stores were lost. Well, now, out of bankruptcy, a company bought them, and they're going to turn it into a discount warehouse. And the first one's going to be in Gardena, California, where they're going to offer specials. They had a really great way of showing things. Really, things looked high end when they weren't. They decorated the place well. It smelled good. I mean, it was just a beautiful place. South Coast Plaza, uh, you know, uh, Fashion Island and Huntington Beach, all these great locations that they had, but they just couldn't make it. And again, I bought a bunch of stuff there. So they're going to reopen in the next 60 days with this warehouse location with different, offerings and things like that. I wonder if that's going to be the thing that's going to save them. I really do. I wonder if that's going to be a big deal, and if that's going to work or not. We also hear about all these companies leaving California. You heard about SpaceX, you heard about Twitter, X, and all these companies that are just fed up. And the next one is Realtor.com. Done. Moving to Texas, guys. So Realtor.com is fed up with the all of the bureaucracy and all of the headaches and all of the red tape with running a business. Guys, they run an online portal for realtors. Okay, they list properties around the country, but they can't do it here. I mean, you know how insane that is. So again, this state, it's a leader in a lot of things, but it's also a leader in driving people away. I'm telling you that right now. A lot of times people, what keeps you there? The beach and the women. That's what keeps me here. But Realtor.com is the next company to move to Texas. So share your thoughts on that one, because the story's below and it was just wild, guys. I just like, it's not like, hey, we're going to go to the Realtor.com store. There's no such thing, guys. It's a portal online on your phone. So let me know what you think about this. As the real estate market starts to turn, and it's turning, guys, you can sit there and tell me how great it is and write me and tell me your house sold in 6 days and things like that. There are signs, and my investigation that I'm doing right now, I will do a really deep dive on this later on in the week. But it is crazy, guys, right now, what's happening. The number of people that are going out to get HELOC loans, taking the equity that they do have out of their house. We don't care what the interest rate is. We'll pay 10, we'll pay 12% on a second mortgage. Now, you can get a line of credit against your house you don't pay for until you write a check. Those are very cool things, and people do that all the time. But it's a big difference when it's 1% and 2%. There's no deals like that now, guys. There's nothing free right now. Investigation, I was going to start this video with this story, but the insurance thing was just too crazy. Daniel Solomon was a Truist bank employee, and she got caught stealing money from people's accounts and using it not just to steal, but she paid her husband's bills with it, credit card bills, different things in his life. She would do ACH transfers from elderly clients' accounts. So this was so jarring to the FDIC that they got involved in this. And they're like, wait a second, how is this woman still working here? And again, now they're finally starting to charge her with this, but it's to the tune of $374,068. Isn't that wild? Just took it, 21,000 here, 6,000 there, 118,000 here. I mean, it's just too much money, guys. But again, elderly people in your life, caregivers, things like that, make sure they don't have access to things like this, because the next story is really disturbing. Let me get this woman's name for you, because this one's sad. And that a woman went out and she had a cleaning business, and she was told, hey, listen, you know what you need to do to fix your business? You need to Facebook ads that are targeted. Now, Facebook ads, you guys, I'm telling you, you can target Facebook ads really well, but you want to do, women in the Irvine area. That's what the city I'm in right now. And you want to do an income level. You want to do it between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock when the majority of these women are checking their Facebook page. You can do that. Well, this woman owned a cleaning company, and what she wanted to do was have some Facebook ads. Marisol Ballard, she lost $80,000 from her JP Morgan account because her credit card was tied to the Facebook ads, and they compromised Facebook and stole $80,000 from her account. Isn't that terrible? So guys, don't be careful what you give up, change passwords, don't have Marisol123. Make sure that you're protecting yourself, guys, and make sure you go back to things like this. When was the last time you changed your Facebook password? Do you have your business credit card to that? Do you have anything tied to that? Now, one thing I do with online purchases that has saved me a fortune is that I have some credit cards that have incredibly low limits, 500 bucks, and I use things like that for this. And it's been probably 5 years since I've had any problems, but I had one of the cards compromised where somebody went out and used the card and without my knowledge, and had to go to the police report, had to go file a police report and do all that stuff. But thank God it was a really small card, and it still was a headache to deal with that. But could you imagine, Marisol's problem with 80G? Oh my gosh. And she's having problems because the bank, good old Chase, JP Morgan Chase, doesn't want to pay it. So, man of the people, Jamie Dimon. Anyways, any link between your bank and you can be compromised. Remember that. You need to protect yourself. You need to change passwords. You need to have smart passwords. You need to write down your passwords and put them in a safe spot so that you don't have to worry about them. Now, are there fires? Are there things like that when you write things down? Yes, but protect yourself, guys, because this woman is not getting the money back right now because of this. That is horrible, guys. Absolutely horrible. I am going to finish this video with these last two things. First thing, we have a private channel called iAllegedly Live that so many of you have signed up for. It's private, it's uncensored, it's a bunch of cool stuff that we cannot talk about other places, and some comedy thrown in there every now and then too, which is great. News, good stuff. Check it out today. iAllegedly.tv is where you sign up for that. Now the next thing, and I'm not making this up, JP Morgan Chase has a 60-story tower, and they've done a bunch of remodeling and are doing a bunch of things to get people back to the office. And I'm not making this up. The place has a signature scent, so it smells a certain way. It's got an Irish pub built into it. It's got a 19-restaurant food hall. Okay, most malls don't have 19 restaurants. And by the way, we'll do desk delivery for you. You have a physical therapist on site, and you've got in-house yoga. Okay? Does that sound good? Plus, if you're nice, Jamie Dimon himself will come out and do a foot rub once a week. You got to schedule it though, but Jamie Dimon, man of the people, will come out and do that. Guys, I'm telling you, this is Google of yesteryear. I've worked at companies that tried to copy the Google, mindset of free food, free love, come and go as you please. And some people work well with that. Some people don't. Some people are just degenerates and are lazy. But can you believe this? So thank you, Dr. Marvin, for sending me that story because it's awesome. And again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're on the email list, which everybody should be, sign up for the email list. Please check your spam filter because one just went out. Okay? I'll see you very soon.